Call the meeting of the Moberly City Council to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Jeffrey?
Present.
Brubaker?
Here.
Kimmons?
Yes.
Kaiser?
Yes.
Lucas?
Here.
All right, thank you. Everyone has had a copy of the agenda. Are there any additions to the agenda for this evening? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Is there a motion and seconded? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes from last meeting. Any additions or corrections to the minutes from the last meeting? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So move. Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. If anyone has business before the council this evening, there's a registration card in the back, and you can present that card with your name, address, when you wish to address the council on any items on the agenda or the work session. You'll have a total of 4 minutes. Any visitors to recognize, Mr. Crane?
Paula from Room at the Inn's here.
Okay. Paula, welcome. So we'll move on to that item, which is under communication requests and informational items. Number 2, review of the annual report from Room at the Inn.
Yes, Mayor, this was part of the agreement for the permit for the Room at the Inn project. Paula is here to answer any questions if you have any. This is just information only.
Questions, anybody? I guess I would just have one question. After this weekend being down at the Depot Park and meeting a few people around town that are probably self-described as homeless, what is the Room at the Inn proceeding with anything that's past, let's say, a warming center at the same location, or is there anything going further than that?
And are you talking in regards to summertime or heat or year round or?
Just a homeless shelter, as you would describe it. I think what you all did, Room at the Inn, is a heating center, but.
Right. Our intent is to remain just as we were last year as a kind of emergency overnight warming center when the temperature is extreme.
Okay.
From November to March.
Okay.
That's our intent. If we see that the need is increasing, then we'll have another conversation. But for now, we're going to just do exactly what we did last year. If that, do we have to do another?
It was a little confusing reading the report in that now you all have a degree that you decide, a temperature. Are you going to stick to that? Or are you thinking that it's going to be changed to another level or what?
We have right now about 50 volunteers. Of course, as with any organization, some were more active than others. In order for us to bump that temperature up I'd like to see almost double that number. So as we bring more people on, and I think I've spoken to a few groups that there's always some trepidation, right? I'm scared to go there and work at that place because I don't know what that place is. So I've tried to kind of dispel that. Most of these people are just like people that you and I would meet on the street every day. You just don't know what their story is. And so, we've had a year with no problems, no drama. So I think as that word gets around that it's well manned, it's, we have rules, we expect them to be followed. We don't brook any argument with that, then people will be more comfortable coming and volunteering. So, as we see the need increase or if we get more volunteers, then we'll raise that target temperature. Now, I think that our agreement with the city, there was a range in there, so we'll have to go back and see what that was because we don't want to fall out of our compliance.
I'm not criticizing. I was just curious because it's pretty low.
It is.
It's not freezing even. It's well below that.
It is 15 degrees.
Yeah.
And that's actual temperature. That's not
Mr. Lucas?
What's the actual procedure if I'm in need of that and let's say I'm new into town and just got here, however, what's the procedure? How do I learn about this?
So all the social service agencies have our flyers. We have a Facebook page. We have phone numbers on there. So like at the hospital, the social service people there know how to get a hold of us. generally speaking, the people that work in this field
Right.
are going to know how to get a hold of us. And we communicate with all of the social service agencies in town. So,
Mr. Kaiser.
I just want to say thank you. I'm glad that the first year, as you said, there was no drama, no incidents. I know there was a lot of trepidation back in the beginning, and I'm just excited at least to hear that it went well, and I wish you more success in the future as well.
thank you very much.
I had a question.
Brubaker.
I saw where you had, 34 nights
Yes.
total, and you assisted 9 people during that time. The 9 people, I was curious if you thought there would be more than that, or was that over what you thought, or?
We've said this from day one. I had no clue what to expect because having worked in helping people in the past, there's so many stories. I had a call today because I'm still answering the phone for the benevolence for the Ministerial Alliance, and there was some leftover people here in town after railroad days that were trying to get back home, and so there's transients, there's the whole gamut of stories, and there's no way for us to know what to expect. Now, we did have one individual that was with us multiple nights, and he is still homeless today. I see him on the street today. If I told you his name, you'd know him probably. And he gets pretty lucky and couch surfs most of the time. And then there's that odd night that somebody says, not tonight. And so then he reached out to us, and he stayed with us several times, and he told us he was trying to get clean. So we keep hoping that'll happen.
My other question, I know you all have certain rules you go by, and did you have to turn anyone away?
For not wanting to comply?
Right.
No.
That's good.
No. Now, we did have one individual that came, and when we said, well, we're going to search your belongings and things, they never even entered in. They just said, nah, not for me. So that will happen, but they didn't arrive and then break a rule and then leave. We didn't have any of that. So
I realize
thank
you don't represent the soup kitchen, but I saw the paragraph in there where they were talking about a couple nights where you had people at the warming center, and then in the morning they went to the soup kitchen. I'm not the expert on the rules, but the soup kitchen is certainly permitted to do the soup kitchen. But if you start having where they're going to start keeping people there too, then that to me is going to be a need of a permit to have a warming center, because you're acting as a temporary warming center by having people go there because they're not serving at 7 a.m.
they did serve.
But I mean, they're not permitted as a warming center. Is my point.
Oh, but
That-
neither is the library. The library's used for that.
But that's not organized. That's where people go on their own volition.
Okay.
I'm just saying that somewhere in there the ordinance says we can have 2. I'm just saying at some point, if that's going to be where they go from that location directly down to that location all day, that's another
They
warming.
didn't stay all day. They only stayed until, I think 10 a.m. is
Okay.
what time they
All right.
shut down.
I'm just making the point. I'm not trying to write the rules.
We were just trying to give them somewhere to go when we kicked them out at 7 where it was warm. And they only were there on the nights that we were open. They were not open every day. So
All right. Thank you very much.
thank you.
So we'll move on to public hearing, receipt of bids. Number 3, receipt of bids for the Fennel Complex fence.
So you can see we received 5 bids on that, and the low bid as far as, on there was Kinder Machine, but I've given you some information on there where that they don't include the painting or the finish on it or the installation. So we were able to get quotes for powder coating for $3,000. Oh, sorry, for $3,000 from Mac Pro, and the fence material. While the other ones were good quality, the other low bid was for a prefab type 6-foot fence. This is a 6-foot tall fence, custom built. Every seam is welded completely around, and they were able to do some back stainless steel fold back gate hinges, so other custom work that will make it a better fit for down there when we're trying to get that folded in and putting in food trucks and other things in that entry. So we felt like that was the best bid where they can custom fit it for our needs.
Questions about the bids?
I have
Motion.
One question.
Okay, Mr. Rubecker.
Tom, are we comparing these like, apples to apples? Or the Kinder bid, does that include gates
Yes,
like some of the other ones do?
custom built gates.
Right.
The gates have a lot more features. Like I say, these are, Kinder's is also 5/8 instead of 1/2 inch diameter. Some of the other ones did quote 5/8, but most of them are 1/2 inch. And most of, like some of them don't have finials on it on the top. You know, they're just a crimped
Right.
flat point. So this is just a lot more features in there. I think it'll be a lot of, you can see the fence across the way. Now it's extruded aluminum, but it's not a very heavy built fence, and we've had a lot of issues with it getting damaged. So this thing will be very solid.
Okay, thank you.
Motion to approve the bids.
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to number 4, receipt of bids for repairs to the airport hangars and terminal.
We were struggling to get some bidders on that, so we had to work and took a while to get 3 bids from local bidders on that. And the low bid on that on all the items were from David Allen. They were all very close, very competitive priced on that, and he was also able to start very soon. So that's why it's been difficult to get that in there. We've been trying to get this work done for some time, so we're hopeful to get this started quickly if you agree with the pricing on it.
Questions, anyone? Mr. Kimmons.
If I recall, Tom, a year or so ago, your people did some pretty good repair work on the inside of that building. Is that correct?
At the street barn we did at that truck building, we had to cut out the I-beams, and
Yeah.
replace segments on this. This would be some of the cross member pieces, bracing, and then the skin on the outside. It's very tall, and so it does take a couple people that have probably a little more skill with that, than in-house.
So it's going to get up a little better to grade, isn't it?
Pardon?
It's going to be a little nicer, isn't it, when you get there?
Yeah, it'll have. We're going to be doing white metal and replacing that old red metal on that north. This is on the north building at the street department.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
Is there a motion to approve the bid?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to number 5, receipt of bids for repairs to the street barn building.
Kind of covered both of those.
yeah,
Yeah, anything you want to add? Are those bids all the same gauge steel? I mean, one's not like heavier and one lighter.
that is the labor only. We have purchased all the materials already.
Okay.
So this is only labor.
Questions, anyone? Hearing none, is there a motion to accept the bid?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. So that'll bring us to the consent agenda. And you can see from 6 to 12 comprises the consent agenda. Is there any objection to any of the items on the agenda? Anyone want it? I'm sorry, 6 to 13, my correction. Is there anyone that wants any of those items removed from the consent agenda? All right. Hearing no objection, then I would ask for a motion to read the agenda.
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? First and only reading.
Bill number R1279, a resolution accepting the bid proposal of Kinder Machine and authorizing contracting for the Fennel Complex fence. Bill R1280, a resolution adopting the recommendation of the Planning and Zoning Commission to approve the granting of a conditional use permit to Tidal Wave Express Car Wash to construct a commercial car wash. Bill number R1281, a resolution accepting the bid of Tactical Training Specialties for active shooter and victim trauma care training. Bill number R1282, a resolution adopting a new classification and compensation schedule and authorizing a salary adjustment for all city employees for the 2022-2023 fiscal year. Bill number R1283, a resolution approving grant funding to area civic and charitable organizations and authorizing the city manager to execute annual service agreements with area civic and charitable organizations. Bill number R1284, a resolution authorizing the submission of applications for ARPA grant funding. Bill number R1285, a resolution authorizing city staff to submit a membership application to the State Multipurpose Fund. And the last item, Bill number R1286, a resolution authorizing the city manager to purchase a sewer camera and equipment from Co. Equipment, Inc.
Thank you. So are there any questions in regards to any of the items as resolutions in the consent agenda? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor signify by aye. Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries and the consent agenda is approved. Which brings us to ordinances, and we will move to number 14, an ordinance.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have an ordinance approving an intergovernmental cooperation agreement for wayfinding signage. Asked to be read by title only for consideration.
All right, there's a motion for the reading of the ordinance. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Let's do it again. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? First reading.
An ordinance approving an intergovernmental cooperation agreement between the Downtown Moberly Community Improvement District and the City of Moberly for wayfinding signage.
All right. Any discussion? Hearing none, second reading.
An ordinance approving an intergovernmental cooperation agreement between the Downtown Moberly Community Improvement District and the City of Moberly for wayfinding signage.
All right, you've heard the second reading of the ordinance. Any further discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. Roll call, please.
Jeffrey?
Yes.
Brubaker?
Yes.
Kimmons?
Yes.
Kaiser?
Yes.
Lucas?
Yes.
Okay. Motion carries. The ordinance is passed. Moving on to number 15, an ordinance.
Mr. Mayor, I have ordinance increasing water and sewer rates and tap fees. I ask for it to be read for consideration.
All right, there's a motion for the reading of the ordinance. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? First reading. Or
No.
excuse me, first reading.
An ordinance increasing water and sewer rates and tap fees.
All right, you've heard the reading of the ordinance. Any discussion? Hearing none, second reading.
An ordinance increasing water and sewer rates and tap fees.
All right, you've heard the second reading on the ordinance. Any further discussion? I think it's appropriate that Councilman Brubaker introduce that one.
You do.
No further discussion? Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Been motioned and seconded. Roll call, please.
Jeffrey?
Yes.
Brubaker?
Yes.
Kimmons?
Yes.
Kaiser?
Yes.
Lucas?
Yes.
All right. So the motion is passed, and so has the ordinance. So we'll move on to number 16, a resolution.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have a resolution authorizing and accepting a third change order to the Tannehill Park splash pad contract with, I think it's Urban Built Construction, Inc. I ask that it be read once for consideration and passage.
All right, you heard the motion for the reading of the resolution. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? First and only reading.
A resolution authorizing and accepting a third change order to the Tannehill Park splash pad contract with Urban Belt Constructors, Inc.
All right, you've heard the reading of the resolution. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Resolution is passed. Moving on to 17, a resolution.
Mr. Mayor, I have a resolution accepting the bid and authorizing the contracting with David Allen Construction, LLC for improvements to the Omar N. Bradley Airport. Ask that it be read once for consideration and passage.
All right, you've heard the motion for the reading of the resolution. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? First and only reading.
A resolution accepting the bid and authorizing contracting with David Allen Construction, LLC for improvements to the Omar N. Bradley Airport.
All right, you've heard the reading of the resolution. Any further discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Resolution passes. Moving on to 18, a resolution.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I have a resolution accepting the bid and authorizing contracting with David Allen Construction for improvements to the city street barn. Asked to be read for consideration.
All right, there's a motion for the reading of the resolution. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? First and only reading.
A resolution accepting the bid and authorizing contracting with David Allen Construction LLC for improvements to the city street barn.
All right, you've heard the reading of the resolution. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
It's been motioned. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Resolution is passed. And we'll move on to 19, a resolution.
Mr. Mayor, I have a resolution approving an administrative contract between the City of Moberly and Mark Twain Regional Council of Governments for CDBG project number 2019LR-09. Ask for it to be read for consideration.
All right, there's a motion for the reading of the resolution. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor signify by aye. Aye. Any opposed? First and only reading.
A resolution approving an administrative contract between the City of Moberly and Mark Twain Regional Council of Governments for CDBG project number 2019LR-09.
Okay, you've heard the reading of the resolution. Any further discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
It's been moved by Mr. Brubaker and seconded by Mr. Kimmons. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries and the resolution passes. Moving to 20, a resolution.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have a resolution appropriating money out of the treasury of the city of Moberly, Missouri, and I ask that it be read once for consideration of passage.
All right, you've heard the motion for the reading of the resolution. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? First and only reading.
A resolution appropriating money out of the treasury of the city of Moberly, Missouri in the amount of $671,493.28.
I hereby certify that there is sufficient money standing to the credit of the city of Moberly, Missouri, unappropriated in the several funds covered by this resolution to meet the requirements of this resolution. Certified by Gregory L. Hodge, City Treasurer. Any further discussion of the resolution? Hearing none, is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The resolution is passed. That's it for the ordinances and resolution this evening. We'll move on to official reports, which starts with department head monthly reports. Questions on any of the department head reports? Well, I'll just start and say after having 4 days at Railroad Days, I wanted to compliment Parks and Recs for the job that they did in preparing the Depot Park. And I'm sure a lot of work to straighten things up after it was all over. And it was in great shape and was very impressive. A lot of people that hadn't been there were very impressed. So I guess on behalf of the Rotary Club, I'll extend a thanks. So, Mr. Bach. Anyone else on department head reports? All right, so we'll move on. And next item is consideration for approval of renewal liquor license applications.
Mayor and council, we've received renewal applications from Seventh Heaven Discount Store, B&B Theaters, Moberly 5 and Drive, Felicia's Restaurant, Fraternal Order of Eagles Lodge number 2669, Get It and Go Express, Get It and Go Express South, Loyal Order of the Moose 776, Lucky's Last Resort, Lula's Next Door, Moberly Store LLC, and Pizza Hut. And we ask that you approve these applications.
All right, are there any questions about the applications for liquor, renewal of liquor license? All right, hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor signify by aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Moving to number 23, consideration of a motion to move the July 4th, 2022 council meeting to July 5th, 2022. Any discussion or preference? All right, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Meeting will be July 5th. Moving on to 24, appointment of 3 members to the Planning and Zoning Commission.
Yes, Mayor. The 3 seats that are open, all were contacted, Don Burton, Rich Dooley, and Gary Duncan, and they all said they would serve again. We do have 1 application on file. David Byland, the council reviewed those at work session and wanted to move forward with the current positions with Rich Dooley, Gary, and Don.
All right, so I think we appreciate Mr. Byland making an application, and either some other committee or something in the future. We do have a time limit on the number of terms that everyone, so this will put these particular ones into their second, since the rule was passed.
Final term.
Yeah. Okay, as long as we're keeping track.
We'll have Shannon reconfirm that.
Everybody understand what I'm talking about? Okay. All right, so does anyone have any comments, discussion, opposition? All right, I ask for a motion to approve those
moved.
3
So moved.
and a second.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor signify by aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Anything else come in front of the council? Anyone here address the council on any items on the agenda this evening? All right, hearing none, I was entertain a motion to adjourn to work session followed by closed session. There's a motion to that effect
So moved.
and a second.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. Roll call, please.
Jeffrey,
Yes.
Brubaker,
Yes.
Kimmons,
Yes.
Kaiser,
Yes.
Lucas.
Yes.
Okay, so we are adjourned from regular council meeting, and we will move on to the work session and take up the work session agenda. And first item on the work session agenda is appointment for 2 members to the Airport Advisory Board.
Yes, Mayor, we have 2 positions open, 2 applications on file, Lori Miller and Ren Johannesburg.
All right. Questions about any of the applicants? Anyone opposed to moving that forward to the next meeting? All right, hearing no opposition, that'll move forward to the next meeting. Moving to number 2, infill redevelopment request.
We had a request from an individual for lot 1042 West End Place. These lots have been advertised previously, multiple times actually, for proposals and hadn't received any applications for proposal on that. So since we've already advertised it, we're asking that, we proceed with this request, and they have submitted a house plans of what they would like to have, and it'd be a nice structure based on what they submitted, similar to what we've seen in other infill locations.
Very well. So questions for staff?
I had a couple questions.
Mr. Brubaker.
Tom, I might have missed it on here, but does this person have a contractor?
Yes, they have given me the name of there was 2 people local contractors, they have mentioned that they're looking at to do the work.
Okay, and do you know if these people are qualified,
Both of the
do
people
they need a
had
loan
mentioned-
or do they have cash to pay for this?
I don't know about that. So, we haven't required the other developers to provide that background. It's just, we've, given them on the term of a lot. So once they come in with the building permits and got a permit, that's when we actually have deeded the lots to them. We don't just deed them up front and they have to put a $1,000 deposit down.
So we would deed it to the contractor first or
No, it would be,
directly to the individual?
we have deeded to the people before, individuals that are doing it, so it wouldn't go to the contractor initially.
Okay.
Mr. Sanders, is there a time frame when you all do that they have to do the construction by?
We ask that they start the development and submit the building plans within 12 months. And so that's why the $1,000 deposit, because we didn't want to hold it If they don't turn that in with a year's time, then we hold on to the $1,000 it's forfeited. And then, but if they come in with the building plans and permits for that 12 months, we issue the permit, and that $1,000 is held to go towards their permits and other fees towards that. And then we ask for another 6 months to get the completion. So they would actually have 18 months potentially from the start when we first did it.
Okay, you're comfortable with that time frame?
Yeah, well, it's 6 months is usually what we give them for construction once they come in with plans and start and get a building permit.
All right. Anyone else? Anyone opposed to moving that forward to the next meeting? No. So that'll move forward, and we'll move to number 3, receipt of bids for Red One field renovation and irrigation.
As you can see, we bid this out. We only got one bid. We typically get between 1 and 3 bids. This is about double what we anticipated a year ago. That's just the nature of where dirt prices, but especially irrigation prices have gone up. The irrigation materials, the contractor said, have tripled since a year ago. And so, unfortunately, it's the $75,000 you see in the bid packet. We could get no other interest. Typically, this contractor, one, we're familiar with them. MACC is very familiar with them. They're typically the low bid, and in recent bids, they've been considerably lower than other bidders. I suspect that's why the other bidders didn't bid it. It's just because they are typically vastly higher than this contractor.
All right, questions about this item? Anybody opposed to moving that forward to the next meeting? All right, hearing none, that will move forward to the next meeting. Next item is resolution approving governmental consulting services agreement between the City of Moberly and Zamkus and Associates.
Yes, Mayor, this is our annual agreement for government relations services with Jason Zamkus of Zamkus and Associates. He will be coming to do his legislative update on July 18th of this year. We've been doing this for quite a few years now.
Questions, anyone? Anyone opposed to moving that forward? Hearing none, that'll move forward to the next meeting. Moving on, we'll go to number 5, an ordinance approving a settlement agreement.
I'm trying to get back to that. Yes, Mayor, this is for the Shady Tuesdays property. The current owner forfeited on some grant funds that they received through the Downtown Community Improvement District. This settlement agreement will transfer those assets in the property over to a new restaurateur that we hope to get opened in the next few months.
Questions, anyone? I think just to be clear, these are funds that are part of a program for the CID, not actual city funds.
Right. These are part of the property tax abatement funds and sales tax funds in the downtown community.
I just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone opposed to moving that forward? All right. Hearing no opposition, that'll move forward. And then we'll move on to number 6, which is connected, I guess.
Yeah. So we're waiting for the agreement for the new restaurateur for this project. And in the meantime, we have a landlord that's involved. So this agreement will help with the storage of that equipment and the assets that are recouped from the Shady Tuesday operation until that new restaurateur enters into a new agreement with the Downtown Community Improvement District. So those are all moving pieces that are moving at about the same time, but we just wanted to make sure that we were covered if for some reason we had some assets of that forfeiture sitting in somebody else's property for a few months before we leased them to another property owner or business owner.
Questions about that, anyone? Anyone opposed to moving that forward? No. All right, then that will move forward to the next meeting, which will mean we are at the final item, which is number 7.
Dana's going to give you an update on this project. We've got quite a bit of work done there, and it's helped them determine what the best path forward is.
Is this on?
Good.
For Him Construction is part of the way through the surface work within the land application site. And 3 things have combined to allow the consultant, Boone Consulting, and For Him Construction to identify some opportunities to maximize the benefit of the project. One of those things was the clearing of the land. So now that they can truly look at it, rather than half of it being forested, they can see exactly where the drainages go and the quantities that drain there. In addition to that, the work that they've already done has left the remainder of the work, probably 1/3 of it, that has revealed what's going to happen if they don't do these improvements that they're requesting. And then the third item is the recent rains have testified to what they've already observed and whatever they suspected, and said, we can do better than this, and this is their invitation for us to let them do that.
Questions about this item? So, go ahead, Mr. Kimmons.
Are we gonna apply this stuff topically, is it like we used to do? Is that what this is about?
For the biosolids?
Yes.
Yes, this will increase the amount of acreage that we can apply on
Okay.
and lengthen the amount of time that site will be eligible for land application.
Thank you.
I realize you came into this project after it had begun, but my question, I guess, is Boone Consulting the consultant that advised us to start this project in December or November or whenever it started?
Boone Consultant did not advise us to start the project in December. This project was delayed due to the turnover in the department and with nothing happening in the project. So it was delayed because there were actions waiting on Moberly to occur that could not occur until the position got filled and it could be moved forward.
Okay, so, I mean, I guess I had expressed my reservations about clearing land and trying to do dirt work in the winter and early spring. I mean, everybody in Missouri knows it rains and snows and you're going to have erosion. So it's, I guess, disappointing to see that we're going to spend $30,000 to rectify a lot of erosion that occurred from logging. I mean, I went by out there. I mean, there was 2-foot ruts. I mean, it was a mess. But were we up against some time frame issue that we had to do it in the winter? We couldn't wait till July to do it? Because, I mean, that's when most people do dirt work when it's dry. So that's why I'm asking about Boone Consulting, because to me, the common sense would have said that you do it when it's dry, not when it's going to erode. So part of this, if I read it right, says we're going to be taking that erosion, that dirt that washed off from us clearing all this, and put it back so that the land will grow something. And so we're going to kick in another $30,000 to $50,000 to fix that problem.
Mayor, I don't think that erosion that they're talking about in that report is from the last 6 months. It's from the years of erosion on that property.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. But
Yeah.
Anyone can see when you got logging ruts and it's raining and raining and raining, you're going to have erosion. So at the very least, part of it is. So anyway, I'm just saying, if someone advised us that we had to do that in that time frame, I think I wouldn't agree with that advice. So anyway, that's just something for the future as far as them consulting or whatever, because it's just not good common sense to do it in that time of year in Missouri. So anybody else have any questions? Anybody opposed to moving it forward? All right, hearing none, that'll move forward. Thank you.
Very good, thank you.
Okay, that concludes the work session agenda. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn to closed session.
So move.
And a second.
Second.
All in favor signify by aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you all for coming.